Okay, this is the seventh in the series of videos on how to construct a workload tracker for physicians, or also you can call it a relative value uh, uh, tracker, and you can be tracked then on a daily, monthly, weekly, yearly basis. And later videos will show the various techniques for that. Okay, for those of you who have been following along, it was during the last video that we developed a tab form, which you see here on the screen. When we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs. I didn't complete them all. And also on this form, there is a CPT code search and a description search. These will actually be modified a little bit later on to um, incorporate other things, but for right now we'll keep them as search box. I think later on the CPT search will also be called a CPT search and add. So you can search for a CPT code and then add it to a new table. I think I want to call this description search, and just to be a little bit more meaningful. Okay, we can make these pretty much both the same size. All right, just tidying up from the last video, and we can save this and close that. All right, now in this video, I want to create a new table, and I did that pretty fast. You can just close it and ask you to. So you go to the Create tab across the top, Table Design. Um, I'll just hit the table, and it'll create a new table. You can use that, and then go to Design View and name it. And by convention, tables are TBL, and I'm going to call this TBL List. Okay, and by default, it puts the primary key in an ID field, and you could call it ID list. Doesn't really matter. In this area, you could write any descriptions you want. But with each new record that's created, a new ID number, because it's an auto number, will be created. Now, following this, I'm going to put, well, let's just stick with the CPT. Okay, CPT add. It's still a short text. Description add, short text. Work RVU add, which will be a number, and just like before, it's going to be a double. And then the other one is date, and you just can't say date is one of those reserved words in MS Access, so we'll call it date add, and that is a date. You click D, you hit D, and it defaults to date. And if you notice, it's a date time. And then under the format, you have some various options. You can format your date to look any way you want. Dates are somewhat troublesome in any database, but I stick with the short date, month, day, and year, unlike the British system. Okay, well, here's where it gets even a little bit more tricky. To not incorporate the time, because it's more of a timestamp than a date. You can do a default value, and if you go to the ellipsis, which is this little oval area with 3 dots, click on it, and it brings up this expression builder. Let me see if I get this right. Date value. Yeah, date value. And in that, you can just type now and quotation, close quotation. So what this does is that now is this very moment, and date value actually strips out anything other than the day, month, and year. All right, so now we have a short date, as the format, and the default value is going to equal just the date. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I want to add. Okay, that's it. So we save and close. And there it is, TBL list. Now, if you open that up, you can see that there's actually nothing there. To create a new record, you'd have to start typing 99244 Office Console 3.02. Okay, 02. And that's your first record. Other things you can do is this. You can change the font. It doesn't have to be 10. It could even be 11. Make it a little smaller. You can change the size, strip things down a little bit. And the date. Now, one other thing you can do also is you can click here and then let's see if I can get that. Okay, when you left click and you see the little box around the tip of the arrow, that means you can drag it. And I'm going to drag the date field to the first. So you have date, CPT code, description, and the RVU value. We'll save that and close that. Okay, so that's about all I wanted to say in this video. In the next video, we'll show you the various techniques by which you can have buttons on your main form, which will then add records into your TBL list. That's where things get a little interesting with macros. Okay, well, thanks for your attention, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.